guys are an amazing sight. You really are. President Lieberman, Provost Dewey, Board of Trustees, senior administrators, faculty, staff, graduates of the class of 2013, your families, and all the friends of the University of Laverne gathered here this morning. It's an honor to be part of your commencement celebration. I'm humbled that you made me part of it. Thank you. To every member of the graduating class of 2013, my heartfelt congratulations. You have accomplished something I never did. My father came to the United States as a young boy, and he had never dreamed of college for himself. I mean, just never. And I was the first Trippi to ever attend college, but unlike you, I didn't finish. So, I mean, I left late in my senior year to go to work for Senator Edward Kennedy's campaign for president. I never got to see this day for myself. My father and mother never got to see it for me. Thank you, I needed that. So I really have a tremendous admiration for your hard work. I know the discipline it took for you to stay the course, to persevere, to fulfill your dream of a value-based education and a diploma from the University of Laverne. You did it. Congratulations. I feel a special bond with your parents, friends, and supporters who are here today who helped you along the way. A few years ago, I saw some of those hopes and dreams come true for me. I watched with pride and awe as the first Trippi ever to graduate from college finally did walk across a stage like this and receive her diploma. I heard them say her name. It was my daughter. So I know what it feels like to be up there. My father had come to America in 1917, but she was the first. And a year later, my son graduated, and 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, a third Trippi, my youngest son, received his diploma. I know the worry, the sacrifice, the hope, and the dreams for you that your parents, family, and friends have had during your time at Laverne. I also know the tears of joy, the pride your accomplishments today give them. Congratulations to the family, parents, friends, and all those who are here to witness this special day in your lives. And more important than congratulations, two words that can never be said enough to them today: thank you. Okay, I got through the tough part. Now we can get to it. I feel much in common with the Laverne community today. This university was founded with a focus on social justice and preparing its graduates for doing good works. And one of the enduring values of Laverne is to instill in graduates a commitment to community and civic engagement, a sense of responsibility to make the world a better place and to making a difference in the lives of others. Those are the same values that motivated me from the time I left for that first presidential campaign so many years ago to leading the internet and media team for Jerry Brown's campaign for California's governor just 2 years ago. For me, it all started when I was, of all things, an aeronautical engineering major in Silicon Valley, trying to figure out which would have the biggest impact in changing and improving people's lives: engineering and technology, or my passion for politics. It turns out that my years in engineering class in college had prepared me in ways I could not have ever imagined. I worked for Senator Kennedy, yes, for Vice President Mondale, for senators and governors, always trying to combine what I'd learned about the power of technology with the passion I had for politics and making a difference. In 1979, I left college to become a $15 a day organizer for Senator Kennedy. The most advanced technology at the time was a pencil and a 3x5 card that you wrote names down on. But I had my passion for politics, and I kept learning constantly trying to keep up with learning about technology and advancements. And by 2004, I had come to understand the power the internet had to connect and engage a community, and found myself running Howard Dean's campaign for President of the United States of America. It's like when you put those two things together, and what you've learned here and what you will learn later, it's your passion and that commitment that will get you to where you want to go in this world. What we built in that campaign changed political campaigns across the country and indeed the world, and would lay the groundwork for the technological breakthroughs of Barack Obama's campaigns in 2008. We used technology and took the power from the elite few and gave it back to our supporters, to ordinary people. Suddenly, Americans giving $10 or $25 were more important than a handful of corporate donors and their millions. Local groups meeting through the internet and going door to door were more transformational than the negative drone of predictable TV ads. To paraphrase the New Republic magazine, in the Dean campaign, we had reinvented campaigning. But this revolution didn't happen by accident. There was a lot of testing, refining, and yes, mistakes. But more than anything, it happened because we had the courage to throw out the old playbook. We knew the technology had changed the game, and that we couldn't keep running campaigns by the dated rules of generations before us. And that's my challenge to you today. Write your own playbooks. Don't depend on the playbooks of the generations that wrote them before you. Don't just trust the cry of, but that's how it's always been done. Ask of yourself if there's a better way, and then do it. Take the risk. You will find that it's worth it. And never let anyone tell you that you cannot make a difference. The truth is that for your generation, there's simply too much at stake to just sit idly by and let things continue as they are. It's your turn. It's your time. And your education has given you the tools to write the playbook of your generation and create a better world. The problems of global warming, growing public and private debt, unprecedented gaps between income groups, continuing hunger and poverty, failed immigration policies, and the erosion of rights in the name of national security will not be solved by the broken politics your elders have bequeathed you. We may have reinvented campaigning, but you must reinvent our nation's politics and restore our our country's sense of community. Democracy is one of the most transformational forces on earth, but our democracy is hampered by both parties' drives towards transactional politics. Both parties have become experts at promising things for our votes. You vote for us, we'll give you a tax cut, or your group will get a special break, or some other empty promise. But the problem we now face as a nation is that there is no transaction with voters that will solve the problems of global warming, or widening poverty, or that will lower debt levels. We need leaders and new systems that will shake us loose from the downward spiral. We need transformational leadership. And only citizens engaged civically and connected in the belief that we are all in this together can push beyond selfish interests, find agreement, and solve these problems. It's time for you to end what's in it for me politics and come together in common purpose for the common good. And so your parents, family, friends, and I turn to you to restore the transformational democracy truly capable of empowering people as citizens. Your generation must be the first of the living generations to reject transactional politics, throw out the political playbook of the past, and demand a new set of politics from your leaders, or better yet, you be those leaders. This is your charge, and it's what we need you to make the difference. Now, this may all seem unreasonable, impossible, or a responsibility that's too big. It's not. I've never been more optimistic than I am today. Tom Brokaw, the legendary TV journalist, once wrote a book called The Greatest Generation. It was about an earlier generation born in tumultuous times that courageously met the challenges we faced decades ago. No doubt they were great. But looking out at you today, I know that I'm looking at our greatest generation. You are the most diverse and socially inclusive generation in our history. The only thing you are intolerant about is intolerance itself. Not only do you have a first-rate education steeped in a strong commitment to community that arms you with the knowledge to lead, but also, unlike other generations, you have the technology to connect and create community across the nation and indeed the world. You have the tools at your fingertips to build a company, spark a movement of millions, or invent and innovate things that we can only imagine. I envy you. I could never have dreamed back in 1979 to have the power you have to spread an idea in an instant, like a pebble dropped in a pond that causes ripples. Each of you will use that power and your education to make a difference in different ways. And as you continue to learn and grow, the ripples of your actions will have a growing impact on our community, your state, your nation, and yes, the world. What we need from you most is to breathe new life into our democracy, to find new ways and write new playbooks to solve our problems. But what we ask of you is to do good works. It's simple. Just go out and invent what we have not yet thought to invent. Find cures for the ills that we have not yet found cures for. Right the wrongs that we have not yet found ways to make right. Educate and teach those we have not yet been able to teach, and create the better world we have not yet been able to create. Our greatest generation can have no lesser goal. Today is your day. Be transformational. A lot of you will make ripples. Many of you will make some pretty big waves. All of you in your own way will make a difference. It's your world now. Go make it a better place. Congratulations to you and your families. Thank you. Thank you.